Hello students, I am Sonali. Welcome to the class of biology. Today we are going to learn about development of embryo from the lesson reproduction in plants. We will see what happened in development of embryo. The process of development of zygote, that is fertilization, into an embryo is called as embryogenesis. It happens at the micropylar end of embryo sac. Now zygote divides to form a two cells proembryo, and that is the basal upper cell towards the micropylar end is known as basal or suspension initial cell, and smaller cell towards the chalazial end is known as the embryonal initial cell. First cell of suspensor toward the micropylar end becomes solan and function as hostorium, and the lowermost cell of suspensor is known as hypophysis. Now see embryo development in dicot. Firstly, I am going to see this is the micropylar end from where the male gamete will enter in female reproductive organ. This is the chalazial end. Now, this is zygote which form wall around it, that is known as oospore. So, it is known as oospore also and the zygote. It gets transversely divided into the basal cell, that is suspensor initial cell, and the lower apical, that is embryonal cell. Now, this basal cell or suspension cell will form octant stage, that is the row of cell, and this is known as suspensor. Function of suspensor is to push the embryo into the endosperm to get a proper nutrition for the growth. And this lowermost is formed heart-shaped embryo. This again turn into the horseshoe-shaped embryo. It form all parts, that is radicle, two cotyledon in dicot, and the plumule. Now we will see development of monocot embryo. Here also this is zygote means oospore. It form a suspensor, terminal cell, middle cell and terminal cell. At the terminal, plumule and cotyledon is here. Now here this is suspensor, middle is the radicle and the hypocotyle. All the four stage, from the octant stage, hypocotyle is formed by four stage, and this the cotyledon form at the terminal end. Now plumule is formed at lateral stage, and this is the cotyledon form at terminal end. Now in monocot, it is the shield shaped scutellum. This is the protective covering of plumule, and this is known as the coleoptile, and the chlorhiza is the protective covering of radicle, and this is the root cap. Now here all parts are shown in this diagram of dicot, and this is the monocot. Significance of seed and fruit formation. Fruit provide nourishment to the developing seeds. Fruit protect the seeds in immature condition. Then seeds serve as an important propagating organs of the plant. Seeds and fruits develop special devices for their dispersal and thus help in the distribution of the species. The significance are very simple. Apomixis means what? It is the term of asexual reproduction. Right. Now, where embryo develop into ovule, ovule develop into seeds, and the ovary develop into the fruits. Now, what is known as apogamy? When gametophyte organ or cell produces embryo-like structure without fertilization, that is known as apogamy. And when diploid sporophyte cell produces diploid gametophyte without undergoing meiosis, that is known as apospory. Example, orange and mango. Now, which are the main categories of apomixis types of? That is recurrent apomixis. In this type, embryo sac generally rise either from an archosporial cell or some other parts of nucellus. All parts are shown in the anatropous ovule. So, non-current apomixis means where megaspore mother cell undergoes usual meiotic division and haploid embryo sac is formed. Plants produced by this method are generally sterile and do not reproduce sexually. Example, Nicotiana. Adventive embryony means in this type, embryos may develop from somatic nucellus or integuments along with normal zygotic embryo. It is common in mango, orange, lemon. It gives rise to condition called polyembryony. Generally, genetically identical plants can be produced effectively and rapidly by apomixis. Now, what is parthenocarpic? It is the term coined by Knoll in 1902, and this condition in which fruit is developed without process of fertilization. It is the fruits which develop without seed, that is known as parthenocarpic fruits. Now, what is meant by polyembryony? It is the development of more than one embryo inside the seed, and the condition is described as polyembryony, means more than one embryo. This sentence is very important. It was first noticed by Leeuwenhoek in 1719 in the seed of Citrus genus. Now, two types: adventive polyembryony, an embryo developed directly from diploid cell of nucellus and integuments in citrus; and cleavage polyembryony, where zygote proembryo sometimes divide, means cleaves into the many parts or units. Thank you very much, students.